problem is it's going to make noise.
That's true.
You know,
yeah.
so
we're on into that.
That's what I'm here for. I'm a space heater. Picard, make it so. Picard, your show's letting me down, pal. Let me tell you something. This thing's the cure for insomnia. I went through and watched some highlights of Picard from the old show, just back when he wasn't a big old puss.
Right.
This guy wilts like a flower. Mm-hmm. Everyone badmouths him. Every woman he comes across puts the boots to him. He's not worth a crap.
Yep.
He gets his ass kicked. He sucks. What the hell happened? This guy was a badass back in the old show.
Well, when you get old.
No. Don't give me that. Listen, do you think they'd push around Kirk like this?
Isn't that...
He'd bed all the women and whoop the butts of every dude. You're going to give... This Picard is a scene where Picard, you were there. Were you there the week where you went in there to ask for that ship and that chick was like, you're a stupid, weak, fat, ugly, bald jerk. It's like, what? I saved the galaxy like 50 million times.
Yeah.
He should have stuck her chin up like this, just whack, just laid a couple right across the bow. Mm-hmm. I'm jean-luc freaking Picard.
That's true.
You get me a ship, or I'll have you.
You got to realize, though, I think that they're building up to that. Like,
no.
He's going to reach his breaking point at some time.
I'm not buying it.
And then old Picard is going to double axe handle Picard is going to come back.
Listen, you can't beat down a guy like that. He's a freaking hero.
He is. He saved the universe a million times.
I'm watching this.
Exactly right.
We finished watching that Mandalorian Saturday after you left. All right. Now, you know I'm not the biggest Star Wars mark. But when this guy walks in a room, people are like, crap.
Right.
Here comes that Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. He's a bad mother. Mm-hmm. Right? Guess what? And he still does dumb stuff and gets in trouble. There ain't nobody going like, come on. There's no one smacking around the Mandalorian. Oh, you big weenie.
True.
You're no good. You're a puss. They're like, crap. This guy's a death machine.
Yeah.
We better stay out of his way. Mm-hmm. That's what Picard should be. Damn. Come on, Tin Mark. Are you joking?
I like watching it with you guys, with you, because you got Wilcox, the Trek Encyclopedia, and he's throwing out the facts. You're throwing out the wisecracks.
Listen, we're trying to hold on to this show because we both love Picard.
Yeah.
But he's got to step up his game. Mm-hmm. And the plot's not that good either.
He's wearing that eye patch next episode, and that dashing cap.
Listen, we need some action on this show. It's also just the plot's wacky. The whole thing's wacky.
The plot is wacky.
We need some action on this sucker. What's up, Bark? Good point. Listen, 7 to 9 better pull this thing out of the fire, Tin Mark. I'm going to tell you something. She's still hot. What's up, Curtis? It's funny because 7 to 9 never met Picard, ever.
Maybe it's like extended in the novels. They're
not. Listen, I read some of those novels.
I've read a ton of them.
I'm not proud. I'm not proud of that.
I spent a greater portion of my middle school life reading.
If you think about all the great books ever written, I think to myself, man, I really wasted my time on a lot of garbage.
That's true.
You know,
I went through those things like fire. Though.
Listen, don't even bring Janeway into this, Doug. She's the worst. That show sucked. Voyager, get that out.
Now, who do you think? Is it just because Janeway was a female?
No.
So, and I knew you would say that. So I want you to tell me who would make a good female captain.
Well, there's already been a great female captain. Susan Ivanova over on Babylon 5 she took zero crap. Mm-hmm. She had one of the all-time great, we're going to beat the hell out of you speeches before she beat the hell out of somebody. It was awesome. She was Russian. She was pissed off. Mm-hmm. She wasn't funny. She didn't make jokes. She was a death machine. Mm. I like that.
Okay.
You know.
So there's already been a good, good sci-fi lady captain.
I'm sure there are more, but it's just the one that pops out of my brain right off the bat. DS9, it's a mixed bag. Come on, Tin Mark. Are you telling me you like Voyager? I mean, where do you rank that amongst the Star Treks? You know, the correct answer is near the bottom, in my opinion. The Chud likes it, though. Mm-hmm. He's a bigger fan than me. I
haven't seen episode 1 of Voyager, so I can't speak.
I watched a couple years of it. Come on, Pixels. This is going to be like the Short Circuit. I'm going to
be left out in the cold again.
I feel bad because, see, a lot of people grew up with these shows. Right. I did not. I grew up with the good show, and then I had to tolerate the other shows. When you've had caviar, they're like, listen, we know you had caviar. This is some top-quality spam. Go for it. And it's okay sometimes, but you get sick of it. Everything after the original series, it's a mixed bag. I mean, it is. If you're someone that watched the original, because you get spoiled. You got spoiled in the original show. You know, that's just me. I liked Enterprise for about the first season. Come on, Pixels. Are you kidding me? The original show? I mean, I'll grant you there's a couple duds in there.
Spock's brain.
That's one of the duds. The space hippies. I'm not going to sit here and say every one of them were gold, but the percentages were pretty high, you know.
Well, you also, you know, what the original series has going for it is it didn't have nearly as many episodes as all these other series.
Yeah, well, one thing it had going for it, and this is just something that was just around, it had great actors and great dialogue. Dialogue is king, man. Yeah. Even it can make a show that's like, let's face facts, there were plenty of the original series that where the plots were a little goofy, but they had great acting, and they had great dialogue. It pulled them out, you know. You can get away with that stuff. You know, I gave up on Enterprise after the second season because they ruined the concept of Enterprise. It was really good at first, like when they were just like a push ship and they couldn't do anything. But in the second season, we've equipped your ship with like cannons and shields. It's like, what's the point of that? You know, how did that happen in a year? In 1 year, now you've got a juggernaut ship of death,
right?
Plus the time travel aliens. Anytime they do that crap, that's no good.
I feel like that it sounds a lot like when they introduced the Defiant in DS9. They're like, we need to make this show a little bit more like Star Wars.
I will say, you know, it's funny because DS9, I watched the first 3 or 4 seasons, and I gave up, okay? And so I didn't get to see a lot of the Defiant stuff, but I go back and watch it now, and what's the guy's name? Cisco? Mm-hmm. He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
I watched one the other night where these terrorists are screwing with him, and he's like, listen, I'm going to go to this planet, your home planet, and I'm going to poison the atmosphere if you don't do what I want. And they're like, you won't do it. And he goes to the planet, and he poisons the atmosphere. And he goes, set a course for their next planet. And the guy's like, okay, I give up. You know, now that's hardcore.
It is. DS9 is my favorite. It's my favorite. I don't know how well any of that stuff holds up, though. I probably will never watch those again. There's too much other stuff. Too much stuff I haven't seen the first time.
Yeah, I like Dax. Okay, I'd see. Me and Doug found common ground.
In the middle.
Yeah, she's all right. Yeah. Listen, the Star Trek women, I got no, except for Janeway, I got no problem. You know, like I even like the other Doctor on Next Generation. Remember when Beverly Crusher had that contract issue?
Right.
And if you see the other Doctor, you know it's a good episode because the season she was on was really good.
Solid season. Yeah.
You know, but there you go. Really, I got to go on the Star Trek experience in Vegas. Did you ever go on that?
No.
It was awesome. It was
you
real.
Went to Warren's Bar.
That was by far the best Trek thing ever.
Yeah.
It's better than any of the films.
It's such a shame that this no longer exists.
Yeah. The fact that, like, I'm sure we've talked about this before on the show, but I mean, you walk in and like, listen, this is the ride, and they're talking about how you're going to get in these seats and the bar is going to come down, and so I thought it was one of those rides where you sit down, they were tricking you,
right?
And all of a sudden and all of a sudden you get beamed up and you're on the Enterprise, and it's the most awesome thing. You're just like, oh yeah, and you're walking down the corridors and stuff, and you walk to the bridge, and there's a crew and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is cool. The bomb. It was the beaming up was the best part. The rest of that was still pretty cool, but I mean it really caught you off guard. Like, I didn't know what to expect, you know, so it was really fun. Yeah, that was a bummer, dude. It's a shame that they got rid of